Saint Anthony, show your power within the hour is a prayer that my wife and I give whenever we lose something temporarily, and he always comes through. Other Catholics say, Tony, Tony, turn around, something's lost and must be found. So the shortened form of Anthony is Tony. So I don't think we're going to start calling Anthony William Tony, or we won't call Anthony Rogers Tony, but you can be Tony the Tiger if you like, occasionally, and roar a little bit. Well, St. Anthony doesn't come very often. He's coming today to tell us that he prefers that we commune with him not just to find things, to find ourself in God. So we can find ourself in God whenever we choose to associate with God, to love God, to feel God's presence. Finding ourselves in God is a lifelong work, because when we find it, we have to maintain it. And if we don't maintain it, we have to re-find it again, or refine ourselves till we re-find God within ourselves. We find different aspects of God within ourselves as we evolve. What aspect of God are you finding within yourself today? What virtue, what God quality, what divine essence are you accessing today? And then when you find that, what are you allowing it to do to refine you, to improve your life, to transmute aspects of your lesser nature and allow that divine nature to be fully expressed? To find our mooring in God, to find our presence in the very aliveness of God is a sacred work that we are always invited to participate in, and St. Anthony will help us to find what is real internally. We can only really find what is real internally rather than externally. We may find keys to it, clues to it, aspects of it in the external world, yet the depth of God's beingness, the height of it and the breadth of it, we can only really ascertain, know, feel, intuit, and then realize from the within out. We know this, the kingdom of God is within us. We find the keys to the kingdom also locked within our heart. Isn't that a concept? They're locked within our heart. So we require a key to open our hearts to get deeper keys. When we go within, meditate, pray, contemplate God, we always receive some little key, I believe. I believe that if you are really attuned, every time you meditate, every time you pray, you'll receive some little key to your divinity, some little key to your divinity. And discerning what it is keys you into a greater aspect of your God consciousness, solar awareness, your divine identity. To find that little key every day can be a fun experience. It could be like a child entering into a treasure hunt. So become childlike, do your treasure hunt, ask the Holy Spirit, ask God, ask your I Am Presence, what little key would you deliver to me or reveal to me today, to my divinity? How can I be more expressive of who I truly am, the real me, the great me, right now in this place where I'm abiding? St. Anthony will lead you directly to those little keys. He will coach you, he will overshine you, he will even anoint you along the pathway to receive deeper and deeper and deeper keys. The more we go within, the higher we go in consciousness. Remember this. The deeper we go within, the higher we will go or be raised in consciousness. If you live on the surface of life, you can't really ascertain or access your divine nature because the surface is not where the pearl is. It's deep in the ocean. So you have to be intrepid. You have to learn how to breathe for longer periods of time to swim down to where that pearl is if you don't have the equipment to do it in a little easier way. In the old days, before that equipment was invented or created, pearl divers had to learn how to hold their breath for a long period of time, and they still do. And they're amazing. They can hold their breath for 2, 3, and even 4 minutes. Imagine that. I don't think that I could right now hold my breath for more than about a minute. Through practice, you can. But imagine these guys and women that can do that. Practice makes perfect, and then they can dive down deeper and deeper where the pearls are. Well, translate this spiritually. To access the pearl of our divinity and those essences that are beautiful and valuable, we have to have more prana inside of us. We have to commune with the Holy Spirit and fill our lungs with love light. Fill our loving lungs with love light until they can expand and contract very slowly. They can hold that light and that air, oxygenated air, which is, the air around us is mostly nitrogen, more nitrogen than oxygen. And they can hold it and retain it and then slow down the breathing very slowly, but retain that breath of God. And by doing that, we access through the Holy Spirit more of God's eternal presence. Because the omnipresence of God, which the Holy Spirit exhibits, is love. The omnipresence is pure consciousness, pure beingness. So when St. Anthony comes, or when you call to him to find more of these keys, more of these little divine essences, which are really great essences. They may be tiny, but they are great in their ability to transform us. We can be able to do greater works. The only way that you're able to do greater works of the Spirit is when you access more of God within you, because the God is what does them anyway. And so if you desire to do greater works, as Jesus said, you have to access greater God light, greater God energy, greater God power. And how do you do that? Primarily through the breath of God, the breath of the Holy Spirit, which empowers you. If you don't breathe, you don't have life. If you don't breathe, you don't have life. If you don't have a heartbeat, you don't have life. So the breathing and the heart are intrinsically linked because the blood flows from the heart to the lungs to be purified back to the heart, then it's expressed out through the arteries and arterioles and capillaries, returns through the veins and the capillaries back to the heart, then it's pumped through one of the chambers to the lungs. So the lungs and the heart are in the same area of our body, in our chest cavity, and they work hand in glove or glove in hand beautifully. And each one of them is necessary for life, our heartbeat and our breathing. Just discerning the mystery of life through our heartbeat and our breath is a key to finding more of these pearls within yourself. And these pearls of divine wisdom, these pearls of divine love, and these pearls of divine power all originate from our God presence, and yet are bestowed unto us within the crystal chamber of our heart for us to access internally through the self-discovery process that is the path, the sacred journey of life. And along our pathway, along this great cosmic treasure hunt, we find all these little divine quintessences, all these keys, and each one is necessary. It's like a video game where you're going and getting all these little powers to then reach the goal. And they've designed these video games to take a long time because they want you just to be zoned out and playing a video game all day. And it's hard to get all those powers and reach the end. They purposely make it difficult. Well, has God made it difficult for us to find our divinity? Only if we see it as difficult. If we alight within the presence of God, we will naturally and very easily, like a child, find our God essences. Yet it takes surrender, it takes belief, it takes faith, acceptance, it takes complete trust in the divine process. And so long as we trust God in this, trust the Holy Spirit, this treasure hunt becomes really fun, enlivening, enriching. It's so powerfully creative that when we engage in it, smiling and joyously and with great laughter and elan, we win. We win the game. We win our victory. We were winning from the beginning. We were spinning from the beginning. And we're grinning from the beginning now. I hope we can grin more. I asked my wife to put a little note so I could bring it here today, and it says smile, because I noticed in the replays I wasn't smiling as much as I should be. So if we're in the resurrection flame, I think we're just naturally going to smile. So this is the season to smile with St. Anthony. This is the season to smile, and then you can maintain that seasoning all year long with the salt of the Spirit, and smile not just to put on a false face. The smile originates from the mill, which is the million points of light that are within you of your divinity. The MIL, right in the middle of smile. That's the new millennia, that's the new me that is light, that is all light. So when you lose something now and you call to St. Anthony, remember this teaching, because as you're searching for what you temporarily laid aside and forgot where you put it, maybe it'll be a reminder that when you find that, you also find something else. You'll find another key to your divine presence, another key to your divine life, another instance of how God can be expressed through you. Because losing something puts you on a search again, right? You're on a search again. If we're never searching, what will we find? Maybe we'll come across things. But even if we found this teaching, even though we found God in a great way in our life, we found the masters, we found what we purport to be the truth, there's still much for us to discover. And if we stop discerning or stop trying to discover or seeking, then we may not find those things that we should find. So lose yourself in this process so that you can find your greater self in the grand journey, the cosmic treasure hunt of life. So that's the message for today from St. Anthony. Thank you, St. Anthony. Let's say his little prayer. St. Anthony, show your power within the hour. St. Anthony, show your power within the hour. St. Anthony, show your power within the hour. Tony, Tony, turn around. Something's lost and must be found. Tony, Tony, turn around. Something's lost and must be found. Tony, Tony, turn around. Something's lost and must be found. And hopefully you won't lose yourself too badly, lose your God self, which you're going to have to regain by calling to Tony. Tony the Tiger Master.